Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Washing Dishes where my mic didn't work again, so ignore this guy. These ingredients matter though. We're making demi-gloss today, and to make demi-gloss we need to make Espagnole, and that is the beef mother sauce. It's essentially beef stock, veggies, and a roux to thicken it, and then demi-gloss is a mixture of that and more beef stock. They're both wonderful sauces, but I'm going to get right into it because you don't need to look in my living room anymore. Have fun! So let's just get into it then, I guess. We're going to chop up some carrots, onions, and celery for our mirepoix. I've got about 2 part onion to 1 part carrot to 1 part celery and a little bit of parsley. We're just going to chop that up and add it to our pan, and then we'll get going. I'm melting about 2 tablespoons of butter, or 1 ounce of butter, in a pan. We're just going to let that go until it starts to foam, and then we're going to add our veggies. And we're going to cook these just until they start to take on some color. You could roast these until they take on a lot of color, which would get you a really, really rich, deep, dark Espagnole. But I'm kind of in a hurry here, and, you know, we're just going to do kind of a lighter Espagnole. There's also a couple of other ways that I'm going to depart from the most traditional version of the recipe, but we'll mention those as we go along. Once the veggies have had a chance to go for a few minutes and have started to give up their liquid, go ahead and toss in the parsley and keep going. Once everything's had a chance to really get to know each other, give up a lot of liquid, we're going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of tomato paste and stir that around. And we're just going to stir this to cook out the usual kind of slightly tinny metallic flavor that tomato paste tends to have, and tomatoes in general tend to have. And we're going to wait till that's coated nice and well, and then takes on a little bit of color, and then we're going to continue on from there. Once the tomato paste has taken on a little bit of color, I'm going to go ahead and add the flour. And this is a technique that in French is known as changer. It's just adding flour to an existing pot, a pan of stuff, and using that flour and the fat in the pan to make your roux to be the thickener for the sauce or whatever you have that you're going to build on top of it. So now that the tomato paste has started to take on a little bit of color, and I really should have let it take on a fair bit more color, you'll see the final like reddish, brownish tone of my product is a lot redder than I want it to be. But we're deglazing with a little bit of our stock and then adding the rest of our stock and stirring it all together. And it's going to thicken pretty quickly because I've got it over high heat. But we're going to let it go for a couple of minutes and come to our desired consistency, get the flavor from the veggies and the herb and the pepper into our sauce, and then we will continue on with our demi-gloss. So I've had this going for about 25 minutes overall. You could definitely let it go for longer if you wanted to and wanted it to reduce further, but that's about what I wanted to do. So we're going to strain it into our measuring cup and see how much we have. And this is our finished Espagnole that we're going to turn into demi-gloss in the next scene. To our strained Espagnole, we're going to add an equal amount by volume of more beef stock. So demi-gloss is essentially the beef mother sauce Espagnole plus beef stock reduced by half. That's why it's called demi-gloss, meaning half. So we're basically, mine's frozen. We're going to let it melt. I should mention that I got this beef stock from a local butcher shop called Wise Ox. They're very cool. I also got something else that you'll see in this video from them, but I'll let you figure that out what it is when it shows up. letting this reduce down by about half is going to take a little bit of time, and we're basically just going to stir it every once in a while and check the consistency. We're going to keep track of how much it's reduced by using the toothpick method or the skewer method. I'm going to use a chopstick. We're going to skim it every once in a while, and once it's reduced by half, we will have our beautiful demi-gloss. Now, to be honest, demi-gloss really has only one acceptable use, and that acceptable use is steak. So I need to whip up a steak dinner. Give me just a sec. Hang on. There we go. That's better. This is a meal worthy of demi-gloss. Don't worry. I'll show you how to do the hollandaise next week, or in a couple weeks. We'll get to it. Don't worry, I promise. I won't leave it out, despite my misgivings about calling it a mother sauce. But yeah, demi-gloss is amazing. Espagnole is super versatile, like all mother sauces. It's really amazing with like some mushrooms or a little bit of tomato paste or any huge variety of alterations and mix-ins. I'm going to go enjoy dinner because I put the effort into it. I might as well enjoy it. And I will catch you next time on the next episode of Washing Dishes. Hey, thanks for staying till the end. I really appreciate it. If you like that, check out a couple of these other videos. They're probably up your alley too. I have a Twitch channel at twitch.tv/washinthewind. I'm on Twitter at washinthewind, and I'm on Instagram at washinthewind, but without the E, mostly because of the character limit. If you'd like to show some support, a Twitch sub or a Patreon subscription would be wonderful, but what helps the most is a like, a subscribe here, and sharing the video with your friends. I hope you've had a wonderful time enjoying the video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Thanks very much for watching.